We have been using print function in our program. In this session, we will be understanding about print function in details. Let us understand what is print function. Print is a built-in function that we use to display output in our screen. So with the help of print function, we can display output in our screen. As you already know, in order to display a message, we can pass that message to the print function. Suppose we want to display welcome Python stars. Now if we run the program, you can see the message which we passed to print function, it has displayed in the output. This is actually a string message. Now what we can also do is we can create a variable, assign some value to it and pass that variable to print function. It will display the value of that variable. Suppose I created a message like welcome to ByteAdmin. Let me comment it out. Now if I pass the message to print function, it will display the value. As we have discussed, print is a built-in function. Built-in means we have not downloaded or installed print function in order to use it. It is already present inside Python. Now if I write print, now I can use type method. Type method will take a value and returns its data type. So here if I pass print, now if we run the program, you can see it displaying print is a built-in function or method. Print is actually a built-in function. Using print function, we can display data of different types. So here I can display 100, which is an integer type value. I can display 3.14, which is a floating type value. We can display boolean type values like true and false, and you already know that we can display string values. Now if we run the program, you can see we are displaying data of various types. So we have 100 integer type, 3.14 is a floating type, true is a boolean type, and then hello world is a string type data. So we can display data of different types using print function. Now let's see how we can display multiple values using a single print statement. Suppose age is 24 and name is storing Mike Tyson. It can be any name. Now let's see how we can display multiple values using a single print function. So we can write print. Now I will pass a string value to it. Hello, I am. Now in order to pass multiple values, we have to separate them using comma. Then I will pass name, hello I am, and then I will pass another string and I am. Then I will display the age, years old. So if we want to display multiple values using a single print function, what we can do is we can separate multiple values using comma. Now if we execute the program, you can see multiple values is displayed in a single print statement. Hello, I am Mike Tyson and I am 24 years old. So like that, you can also display multiple values using a single print statement. You just have to separate multiple values using comma. See here we have first string message, then we have passed a variable, then another string message, and so on. Let's understand the syntax of print function. First it will take an argument that is values. Then it will take another argument that is separator. Then it will take another argument that is end. So this is the syntax of print function. Let's understand it. The first argument is asterisk values. Here asterisk represents that print function can take multiple values. This is represented by an asterisk sign. So asterisk represents here that print function can take multiple values. Then the second argument is separator. So we have written sep is a string that contains only a single space. So this is actually a space character. Using separate argument, we can control how we want multiple values to be separated while displaying using print statement. Then we have another argument, that is end, which is by default a new line. Now in Python we represent new line using \n. This is an escape sequence. We have covered escape sequence in our previous section. So this is the syntax of print function. So it take multiple values, and by default multiple values are separated with spaces, and at the end print function will display a new line. Now suppose if I want to display multiple values using print statement, I will write 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I am displaying bunch of values using print statement. Now in the output window you can see we have this number displayed. Notice in between multiple values we have spaces. Now if I remove spaces from here and if I run my program, you can see still we have spaces in between multiple values. This is because when we do not specify how we want to separate multiple values, by default they will be separated using space. So if we want to specify how we want multiple values to be separated, what we can do is we can pass the argument separate with some other values. Now here we have specified that we want multiple values to be separated using a hyphen. If we run, you can see now hyphen is there in between multiple values. You can specify any string you want. Now if we run, you can see now we have two equal to signs in between multiple values. If I add plus sign and execute our program, you can see this time we have addition in between multiple values. Let me do something interesting. Now I am separating multiple values using a new line. We represent new line using \n. If we run our program, you can see now each value is displayed in separate line because we are separating using a new line. If we do not pass any value, this is an empty string. If we run our program, you can see these values are not separated now. So using this separate argument, we can decide how we want multiple values to be separated in print function.